So I got a Fairey Firefly by Airfix off the internet. In fact, I got two. One's the very old one, one's from probably about the 1980s. Look at the difference in the box size for a start, just one of those things. I don't usually like to get stuff off the internet much, I prefer shops. But I was interested in this aircraft in particular, and I want to do one with the wings down, unfolded, and one with the wings up. So I've got two. Here's the old Airfix one, probably from the 60s. I love these boxes. This is the famous red stripe. There's the little pictures on the side of other slightly vaguely related aircraft. This one was in the Cold War, so it's probably over in the Far East. There's the bits. Always looks a bit of a shambles. Never mind. Even that is a bit sort of romantic, isn't it, with the punch numbers? It's super. There's all the bits out. I don't usually do an unboxing, really, do I? But I think maybe I should. These things need recording for posterity, kind of, don't they? And the instructions are very sombre and sober. Quite like that, too. I'm not into flashy, mucking about, funky stuff. So there's bits of the instructions to look at. And the painting, just two colours, plus a few written down. And of course the stand, which I hated as a kid because it wasn't really flying, but I like now because it's, you know, remarkable. And there's all the bits. There's the fuselage put together. I've used the word fuselage. Actually, this is, I couldn't resist showing that. This is a little bit about the Fairey Firefly Mark V. Everything that I'm going to put together is undercoated. Just two colours really and a bit of black, which is alright. It's very interesting, the colours of this post-war era in British aircraft, particularly ones sort of working at sea. They're nice colours and it's a nice combination. But the finish on the two paints that I've used are really black, matte, not black. They're matte. It's all very chalky. So this is definitely one that's going to get a couple of coats of gloss varnish. So far, it all looks really nice. I'm very... I'm not doing well, am I? I'm enjoying this one already. This is great. So hopefully it's all going to come out rather nicely. There we go. The cockpit interior thing. A little bit messily painted around the edges. I'm not that worried because I'm going to glue it on. But the main thing is I've changed the pilots. The ones you get, the one at the back, the kind of radio navigator, is the oldest and most simplistic of all the Airfix characters. So I think this model deserves something a little bit stronger. He'll be good elsewhere. The other one that you get, I've actually put away foolishly. He's the nice bomber style. What I consider the bomber style. A big chunky fella with an arm forward. I'm trying to find it on the instructions here. There, that's a reasonable image of him. That guy. I like him a lot. He's nice and full figured and quite active. So he's good. So he's going elsewhere too, where he will be seen and prized, I'm sure. So what I've done is taken the RAF, no I haven't, these are NATO figures actually, from, is it Revell? God, I don't know, I got rid of the box and just put them all in a bag. They have this guy, his head's loose, so I've moved it down. His head's loose. His head is... Battery ran out. His head comes separately, so I've glued it slightly down and forward, and I've taken arms that make him sort of lean forward, as if he's doing things with these squares, which I'm sure are radios, something like that. And then the pilot I've got fairly active too. So there we are. I'll leave it messy until it's in the plane, because it only gets messy as you put it in the plane. They're fixed in. That went smoothly. Doesn't usually. Congratulations to Airfix on that. Moving along swiftly, I got the fuselage together. I said fuselage there, and the wings come in two parts. As it's a carrier-based airplane, that doesn't show up very well. The wings will turn, right, that will fold. It's not a great example, but you get the idea. So the stubs of the wings are on, and apart from this bit not wanting to join, it all went together quite nicely. Just about ready to put the wings on, and a few final bits. It's all gone well so far. I think a big issue is I've got the propeller to turn, but to do that it's very loose, and I didn't intend to do it, so I'll glue that on. The other thing is I got this second hand off the internet, and it did say parts missing. There's some funny couple of little bits, optional bits I think, that don't seem relevant. The only main bit is there, that's all, and I can probably sort that out at a later date, but I actually just want to do this as it is, and then sit down and sort of consider it, because it's not an aircraft I'm very familiar with. Worth a quick look at the underside then. This is how these wings fit together, because you can have them flipped up and folded sideways so that they can fit into the aircraft hangar in the hull of the ship. So actually, weirdly, the wing sort of juts out. This bit of wing sits forward of the main part of the wing, and then these are the contact surfaces. So it's a complex join. There's the one that's done, and it just pushed in together, and it doesn't want to fall apart, so the fit is very tight. It's a good one, but I will drop a bit of glue in just cause. There's a very nice setup for getting the wheels sort of retracted into the wing. It comes in three parts. This sits very neatly in between this and the wing, and underneath the wheel itself. That gives you an idea of the holes that it's fitting into. I'll paint the wheel in a second. There, just to lay that out. Well, that went badly, didn't it? So we go. You can vaguely see that part there, and then this part comes in here, and they fit fantastically. The other thing is these wheels are semicircular. They're flattened discs. Getting in the way of the light and everything because I haven't sorted myself out properly. So there's the replacement. Is it an aileron or something? It's a good fit, but I painted it last night and it wasn't daylight, and it's come out a bit darker, so it'll need a repaint. And that's the kettle boiling in the background, if you can hear it. Once again, we have a day where the light is so awful, I can barely work with it. I mean, what is this, global miserabling or something? Things just go from bad to worse in the sky. Look at that. I will be taking this. I'll be taking this in because there is no sunlight at all. There is no direction from which the light is coming. So all we're getting is a grey blob. Right, in we go. By the way, yes, that is my hand. Yes, I'm a complete charlatan. This isn't really flying. And now it's on a small glass, so it still isn't flying. Bit like the old stand, really, isn't it? I think this looks okay. I thought it might come out quite badly, but I'm all right with it. As usual, the glassware on the cockpits doesn't look that great, but I'm working on it. So there it is, another enjoyable kit. Which means I'm looking forward to making the second one with the wings folded up. But that will be some time later. Need to do some other things in between. So thanks for watching, whatever I'm saying, thanks for having a look. And do come back for more. as soon as I can come up with some, I'll put some out.